Hi everyone, this is David and welcome to week 4's tutorial, the whole shebang, the time when you are going to revise any former versions of your learning object and turn it in for a grade. One kind of word of advice before you do that: if you've been having trouble with DreamWeaver, if that's the HTML composer you've been using, and you've grown frustrated and confused and there are 15 versions of it on your computer, my advice is to delete everything. Go ahead, keep your assets, keep your storyboard, keep your flow chart, your navigation, but delete all the other DreamWeaver attempts by going up to Site Manager and deleting them. And start fresh. Start fresh with this layout I'm going to show you, and you've already got your assets, you've had practice, and now it's time to do the real thing. But sometimes a fresh start is just what you need. Okay, let's take a look at week 4, in which I'm going to take you from beginning to end in creating a single learning object. Okay, let's get started. The first thing, of course, is to create a new folder on your desktop, however you do it, Windows or Mac, and give that folder the name of your project. Here we're going to be doing a thesis project, and that's going to be your root folder. Now let's launch DreamWeaver, and let's go up to Site, New Site, and now comes that dialog box in which you define the site name. Remember, this is the site name, not the page name or the learning object name. We're going to call it Thesis Project again. Now we're going to browse to that root folder we created. Let's go to our desktop. Let's browse for that folder. Let's select it. We open it up. Nothing in it so far. So we go ahead and select it. And now we're going to click Save and watch what happens on the bottom right. Everything disappears except that folder. And now everything's going to be synced from your DreamWeaver work to this root folder. So the next thing you're going to do is to go up to New, and then you're going to open up this new document. And in this new document, you're going to select a blank page. And then you're going to select HTML, and then you're going to select your template. That template can be either a fixed or liquid. It doesn't matter. It's totally up to you as to how you want your container, your content container to behave. But since this assignment requires you to have navigation, you're probably going to want a 2-column so that you've got at least a 2-column so that you've got a column for your navigation. And you also want a header and footer, since this assignment also calls for a header and footer. So that's why I'm recommending the templates that you see me highlighting there. Okay, so once you've made your choice between liquid or fixed, go ahead and open it up, and there you see it in DreamWeaver. Go ahead and get everything positioned on your workspace the way you like it. Of course, I want you to work in split view so that you can see what's happening in HTML at the same time that you see it in the DreamWeaver design view. Now the next thing we're going to do is something also very important. We're going to look at our mock-up and make sure we've got everything. I'm going to need that banner. I'm going to need that video. I'm going to need all of the text that is in this learning object. I'm going to need those tables, and I've already created the tables as images, and I'm simply going to import them into DreamWeaver. Find that a little easier than working with DreamWeaver's tables. We're going to need all those headings. Down here at the bottom, one of the other requirements was that you needed links to show that you can hyperlink in your learning object. So take a look at your storyboard, take a look at your flowchart, make sure you've got all of your assets in your asset folder. So let's open it up, and here you see that I've gone ahead and I've collected all of my assets and I've put them in my asset folder. There are the images, the tables. Here is the text for the video code, links, the hyperlinks, the text for the entire learning object, and there's the banner that's going to be my header. So before you do anything, make sure you've started that root folder and that you've collected all your assets, and now let's get started.